Insights with Terri Coots, a weekly look through the eyes of predictive astrologer Terri Coots. Here's Terri.
Good day, everybody. This is Terri, and you're listening to Insights with Terri Coots. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey of Leo in the sun sign. We are going to be talking about the week of July the 30th through August the 6th, 2023. So as I said, we still have that Leo energy above us, and that is supported to a degree by Venus. And Venus is also in Leo, but the big but is that it is in retrograde. Now, we talked a little bit about that last week. I'll touch on that a little bit this week. And as I've mentioned before in other podcasts, our Charlie O'Brien, who our lifesaver, puts us on all the other podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, SoundCloud. He also has it on the website, which is www.terriworld.com. And you can go and he's archived 4 or 5 of the podcasts if you happen to miss or you just want to refresh your memory at all. So you can go back there and look at our Leo in the sun sign. But I am going to touch on it again for this week. Mercury, the planet of the mind, how we think, how we communicate, that is in Virgo. I'm going to explain all this. And Mars, the planet of our drive and our passion, what we'd really push for, that also is in Virgo. And that means a lot. And we're having a full moon on August the 1st, and that's going to be in Aquarius. So that's going to offer us some really neat opportunities. So let's get started, shall we? Now, the first thing, Leo in the sun, as I had mentioned, it's a robust energy. It's fiery, so we have to watch our tempers a bit. If we find that we're a little bit short or you feel a little frustrated, know that could ignite. Or somebody around you, if you see that they're a little short, a little frustrated, that can ignite, causing a forest fire. And what we want to do is maybe back off. Don't push it. Don't add fuel to the fire, as they say. So you just don't want to make somebody burst into flames. Whatever it takes to cool that section down. It might be just to walk away, not in anger, but just watch your body language. What's it saying? And if you can, this is a great opportunity. The cat, right? Neutral observing. So the cat sits there on the bank watching the ditch, trying to see what's going on in its territory, trying to see what is working for it, what's working against it. Where's the prey weak? Where's the prey strong? Do they have a chance? So they're assessing. They're not assessing with a predetermined thought. They're looking at what really is going on around here. So given that, that's what they're offering to us as humans on the planet, neutral observing, which is trying not to have a predisposition about what you're seeing and looking at what am I really seeing. A very, very good friend suggested to me a while back, actually this last week, and it was very thought-filled. I can't mention her name because I haven't asked her permission, but I have a lot of respect for her. And she watched a situation that was very volatile. Now, my first instinct as a human would be to react. And, I don't know, get your ego involved, I guess. And her amazing observation, neutral, of course, of that situation, because the person was reacting badly, was to forgive. And I said, how? And she said, it's not making sense. So she's not making sense. And in her reaction to the situation, which was totally not making sense, to have her react, and we're adding the fuel to the fire, right? So we're igniting a whole volatile situation. Instead, she neutrally observed, trying to see where the pain was coming from, trying to see where the fear was coming from. And in that moment, found forgiveness of the humanity of that situation and looked through it, past it, to see what really was. She gobsmacked me. So I think that's what's being offered. She taught me a lesson, a good one, that I've been living with all week long, To neutrally observe, try to not get ego, that lion ego, in the way. I could say this, I could say this, I would do this, I would do that, and react to sitting there patiently, mildly, not as a victim, but as an observer. Where is this pain coming from to have a person act like that? How can I forgive the person for being human and not add bad energy to that situation? So that was huge for me. And that's what they're going to be offering us for this week. So think about Leo, that big cat. It's hard not to like a Leo person. It's hard not to like a cat because, you know, when cats want to be, they're very friendly. And this is giving us an opportunity to, as a friend to other people, to mine buried dreams, to polish a buried dream of another person to a shine, to make anything seem possible. It's fiery, and that's contagious. So we have just this beautiful opportunity to share this with each other, to really draw on maybe a colorful career. Look at what other people are doing. Are you in the career that you want? Are you where you need to be? Would this be the time to look at maybe some other alternatives? And with this energy field, look at our relationships and say, is this where I want to be as well? So it's not unusual for the lion to have a few kettles on the stove. Lots going on for Leo energy, and us living in the Leo energy, we should and will have a lot going on. Just don't overwhelm yourself. It's a very, very loyal energy. Sometimes it's loyal to me. So we have to watch for narcissistic behavior or ego-driven behavior. That would be a weakness of it. And watch for severe resistance. If we, sometimes it's hard to bend. It's hard to have an idea and then bend so that we can understand and embrace somebody else's opinion or somebody else's, or the universe, right? The pride can lead us down the wrong road, or it can lead us down the right road. So watch about supersized ego with all this Leo energy, and don't be a diva. That would be a weakness. Now, that Mercury in Virgo and Mars in Virgo will offer us the opportunity to do little projects around the house. For instance, bragging. I went around with the pruners and pruned all the little shoots and leaves that are, overgrowing my porch and the picnic table, and just little things like that. Picking up branches, just little things, kind of tidying up inside, outside, tidy up your life, tidy up your relationships, tidy up your environment. So it offers that opportunity to desire to do these projects, to pay attention to the little details. Honestly, I didn't even notice that the porch was overgrown with my beautiful black lace trees until I kept tickling somebody's hair, and I thought, oh, all right, better get on that. So it's a hard-working energy. It respects hard work, so we'll feel respectable. And we'll love it. It's an energy that makes us say, oh, I feel so good. I feel really good about getting all of this done. So don't avoid it. As I said, Venus in Leo retrograde, it would be the opposite of just about everything we talked about Leo, but it offers us to go backwards in relationships because Venus is relationships. So it offers us that energy field to be able to look at our relationships and revisit, is there a pattern that I'm working on that maybe I need to look at a little bit stronger, and maybe make different choices in my relationships, in what I'm attracted to. Maybe I'm attracted to sugar. Maybe I'm attracted to too much coffee, too much drinking, too much pills. Whatever you're attracted to, is it a healthy attraction or is it unhealthy? So they're offering us the opportunity for the next few weeks you don't have to hurry, we just have to be thorough, to really look at ourselves and say, are these healthy attractions? And if not, why am I attracted to it? Maybe you could talk to your friend that you trust, a person that you admire, and take turns. Don't just all about me, but take turns with each other to try to track these things down and understand them. It's a great opportunity. Or maybe if you have a close circle of friends that are not threatening and are good-hearted, we could all get together and say, okay, this is not an intervention. We're not trying to hurt each other. We're just trying to improve. What characteristic, in honesty, could I improve? And please be gentle. Don't want my feelings hurt. Sandwich it with lots of praise. But it's a good chance to see how others see you. And then that full moon, that robust full moon that we're going to have August the 1st, that is in Aquarius. Aquarius is filled with new ideas, innovation, looking at things with fresh eyes, not being afraid to find a different path for ourselves, to work through things. Awesome opportunity when you give all of this energy a go. Number 8 is the one that was given to us for this week, and that's endurance. That's mental balance. That's maybe being able to take a risky kind of journey, maybe a risky kind of journey into ourselves to try to understand ourselves and find out why we're doing the things. Challenge, it's ambitious. That might not be a bad thing, just watch it. And a desire for power and money. So if we take some of our crooked leaders, that's the only way I can put it, liars, not all of them, some of them, and it's overt. They don't even try to hide it anymore. This will fire them up. So we might see in the next little bit some real shocking, and I can't even imagine more shocking than what we've already seen, behavior. Politically, let's take Trump. His behavior shocks me. I'm stunned by what he says, what he does, and the people that support him is even more shocking for me. In the lack of morality, the lack of conscience, the lack of self-control. So we'll be seeing some of that. What do we want to do about it? What do we want to do? Do we want to silently encourage it by our silence? Do we want to try to negate it? What do we want to do about that? Are we going to be left with that? Israel country is fighting for their democracy. They're at risk of losing their democracy, and they're having to take to the streets. I think we are all being challenged to fight for what we believe, fight for what's right, and not let the extremists take over. So it's endurance. Number 8 is endurance. It's courage. And as I said, mental balance. It also offers really good management skills and organizational skills when you pair it with where the planets are right now. So if you're in need of that of your life, managing things a little differently, your job, your family, your life, your hobbies, this is a great time to maybe even put it to paper. It's tough and it's persistent, but it's conservative, which is really good. That's really good. We need some of that. It's going to allow us to understand the consequences and the causes of things. What caused this? What's the consequence? And am I willing to live through this? And trying to keep that balance of giving and receiving, both. The weakness of number 8 paired with where the planets are right now is we have to be careful, even in our own little tiny lives, not to abuse the power. Because that's a big thing right now. That's why I was concerned about some of the not so good political leaders. And it can have some really serious negative consequences for down the road. These aren't just little. This can build and build and build, and we'll have to live with that. So it's a risk. It is a risk. So watch out for aggression with that Leo in number 8. Too much toughness, too much intolerance, and too much impatience. Be protective of that. We could get picky and we could get moody. So keep an eye on that. The vulnerability this week will be joints. The backbone, the joints, the knees. That's the beginning of the week. Through the middle of the week, it will still be joints, but it can, with certain people, turn more towards the calf and the ankles, your shin, the lower extremities. and then really hit the feet towards the end of the week. Building, for some of you that are ahead of most people, building, then going right back to the head, the teeth, the tongue, headaches, that kind of thing. So it goes right through the joints this week, and then down to the lower extremities, and then it zooms back up at the end of the week to the head, the sinuses, and possible headaches. Those are the vulnerable parts for us this week. The cards, when I pulled them quickly, they're asking us to look at the situations that we can change and try to separate them from the ones that we can't change. And I guess that's like the serenity prayer, isn't it? Looking at what we can change and having the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know which ones we can, and being able to work with the things that we can't as well as we can. So that's kind of the energy, that serenity prayer. Look it up on Google so that you can get the exact wording. My mom, being an alcoholic when we were younger, that serenity prayer meant a lot to me, and it meant a lot to her too. That was a very powerful poem, prayer that both of us leaned on heavily, and it has a lot of merit. So I think that's kind of our week, is kind of the serenity prayer. Don't try to tackle something that's going to defeat you and then wonder how you got defeated. Look at what you can change, what you can't. How do I work with things as positively as I can? That's the way the cards are looking. And be very careful with health this week for whatever reason, and remember that this is general. But for whatever reason, they're saying that there may be a little bit more challenge for some of us this week. So if your immune system isn't cracking and it isn't serving you, you might want to just be on top of it and do whatever you can to get that immune system up, running, and doing the max that it can. Again, I would like to thank you for your time, and I would like to shout out to Charlie for putting us on Spotify, on Apple iTunes, on Amazon Music, SoundCloud, and YouTube. And then when he gives me the link, I post it on Facebook. Also, he has it on the website, archived 4 or 5 podcasts at www.terriworld.com. If you would like a reading for yourself and have it personalized for you, not just general, feel free to text or call 519-726-6699, or you can email me at terri.coutts@gmail.com. And if you're looking to get your little furry kid trained, I'm thinking we'll be starting classes again around October the 15th. That's a Tuesday. I'm targeting that. Many people had gone on vacation and just in the heat trying to work the dogs. I think we'll find a little bit different weather by that time. So if you want to sign up, give that 519-726-6699 a text or a call, or email me and ask to be put on the list at terri.coutts@gmail.com. Give yourself a chance to come out to the farm, decompress, hear the birds, smell the grass, feel the trees, and have fun with your dog. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Thank you so much for listening and sharing your time with me. We'll talk to you hopefully next week. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening to Insights with Terri Coots. Visit Terri's website at terriworld.com, TERRI world.com.